Ja, double honors to the elders and apostles of Willstone. Last time we stopped at Psalms 18. Okay. Yes. Psalms 18. And today we will continue in Psalms chapter 19. Yeah, I checked it. Okay, the verse that I stopped was talking about, last camp talking about the Lord is my shield, right? Shield of my salvation. I checked it and it was Psalms chapter 18. Yeah, so we will, like I said, we will continue in chapter 19, verse 1, in the book of Psalms. Yeah, there seems to be a really rare bird. Maybe you can see it, I don't know, but behind over there. So if you look closely, you see somewhat, I don't know, blue or something. Blue, okay. From here it looked blue, so now it, you see that it's not blue really. But I think you maybe saw it, okay. Yeah, a rare bird, maybe not so rare, okay, but rare for a place like this, you might think. Sometimes I see those kind of birds at least here in the water, but not always, like I said. Yeah, we was reading verse 35, thou hast also given me the shield of thy salvation, and thy right hand hath holden me up, and thy gentleness hath made me great. And then we was reading all the way to verse 50. Great deliverance giveth he to his king, and sheweth mercy to his anointed, to David, and to his seed forevermore. So basically we stopped at Psalms 19, and we will continue, like I said, in Psalms 19, verse 1. The heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament sheweth his handiwork. Day unto day uttereth speak, and night unto night sheweth knowledge. There is no speak nor language where their voice is not heard. Their line is gone out to all the earth, and their words to the end of the world. In them had he set a tabernacle for the sun, which is as a bridegroom coming out of his chamber, and rejoiceth as a strong man to run a race. Yeah. His going forth is from the end of the heaven, and his circuit unto the ends of it, and there is nothing hid from the heat thereof. The law of the Lord is perfect, converting the soul. The testimony of the Lord is sure, making wise the simple. The statutes of the Lord are right, rejoicing the heart. The commandment of the Lord is pure, enlightening the eyes. The fear of the Lord is clean, enduring forever. The judgments of the Lord are true and righteous altogether. More to be desired are they than gold, yea, than much fine gold, sweeter also than honey and the honeycomb. Moreover, by them is thy servant warned, and in keeping of them there is great reward. Who can understand his errors? Cleanse thou me from secret faults. Keep back thy servant also from presumptuous sins. Let them not have dominion over me. Then shall I be upright, and I shall be innocent from the great transgression. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight, O Lord, my strength and my Redeemer. The Lord hear thee in the day of trouble, the name of God of Jacob defend thee. Send thee help from the sanctuary and strengthen thee out of Zion. Remember all thy offerings and accept thy burnt sacrifice. Okay, Selah. Grant thee according to thine own heart, and fulfill all thy counsel. We will rejoice in thy salvation, and in the name of our God we will set up our banners. The Lord fulfill all thy petitions. Now know I that the Lord saveth his anointed. He will hear from his holy heaven with the saving strength of his right hand. Some trust in chariots and some in horses, but we will remember the name of our Lord, of the Lord our God. Before we continue, all praises to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, and double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone and the bishops, okay, of Great Millstone. Some trust in chariots and some in horses, but we will remember the name of the Lord our God. And you can also say some trust in buildings, okay? Some trust in buildings, okay? Because these people, okay, they go in a building to basically just to say, oh, we don't have to keep the law, okay? They go in a building just to do everything, but in no way somebody will tell you that the law is of course still righteous and holy, okay? So they trust in a building basically, okay? They trust in their shepherd, okay? The false shepherd, okay? But they don't. This is what I mean. They don't even have the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Okay, they don't even have the name. Okay, that's funny. Okay, that's funny. Yeah, and they trust in chariots. Okay, which are tanks also. Okay, you have tanks. You have different aircraft. Out there. I just saw one yesterday. Don't know the name, but you have that one thing that looks like a triangle, and then it has like super speed, really sharp, which means it's flat, really flat. They was thinking that this was a UFO, okay? So I don't think that every last thing that you see in the sky is a UFO, but there are UFOs in the sky. That's what I see and also saw and know, okay? And best example over there, a bird flying, okay? I just see an insect over there flying, okay? It's not a UFO, okay? So being a little bit careful, okay? Also can just be benefiting, okay? But there are a lot of UFOs which are in today's modern terms called UAP, okay? So you have people trusting in UFOs, but they don't even know that the UFOs are actually from the Bible. Okay, they explain to you what these vehicles are and why they are here. Okay, you see, so they trust in. Then you have people trusting in war machines. Okay, like I said, tanks, aircraft. Some trust even in cars. Okay, some people trust in cars. Okay, like they prepare, for example, their car like as if they can survive a world, okay, last world time survival in your car, okay. These things are possible. These things, heathens are known for these things, okay. Trusting in a piece of, you know, in a house, okay, where they have prepared for the last days, okay, having a little bit of weapons, couple of dogs maybe, okay, couple of snares, okay, for possible thieves, okay. So it's not wise. It's not wise, okay, it's not wisdom, knowledge and understanding to trust in things that are not even spiritual, okay, because eventually, you know, there will always be something with more physical power to basically destroy what you have, okay. Here, right here, just you know, like for example what I heard yesterday, I don't say it is that way, okay, that it will happen, okay. I don't say that, okay. But for Germany, Russia is not an you know, a war enemy, so to speak, but for Russia, Germany is a war enemy, okay. So let's just think about the fact that technically, okay, a Russian, you know, from the nation of Gog and Magog, okay, a Russian bomber, you know, bombing aircraft can just fly over here and just, you know, send up a bomb right here, okay, and then that was the end for your house, okay, where you have all the what is it called, the prepping in, okay, prepper, so-called prepper, okay. You have a lot of people doing that, okay, having a whole room full of different water storing systems, okay, a little bit alcohol storage, a little bit different food systems to store it as best as possible, okay, yeah. So this trust in verse 7 can go to all these things, but who are the people that are known for trusting in vain things, okay? The heathen, okay, are known for trusting in gods that don't even exist, okay? Okay, but we trust in the name of Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai, okay, Ba'Hashem Okakodash. Okay, look at the Greeks, okay, what they had, okay, or the Romans, okay, different gods that don't even exist, okay. I give you one example, and I don't say these gods' names, okay, it's not needed. I give you one example. This tree behind me, okay, they make it a god, okay, the god of the trees, okay. And then you have these different names, and I don't have to mention them. Okay. Then you have these different names, but you know, there is no proof that there's a god behind these trees. Okay. The only proof what you have is the tree. Okay. The only proof that you have is the tree. So how is it that I talk about Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai, the God of the Bible? Okay. But I say you have no God, okay? But I believe in a God that obviously is also, first and foremost, not visible. It is because the Bible has proof in it, okay, that it basically, you know, it saw things before they happened, okay? And that is enough proof for me, at least, okay, to have trust in what really is in here. Okay, everything, and I don't have to mention all the things. There's no time to, put all my videos in in 1 minute together. Okay, you have different stones out there, different different writings on stones, and different, just a lot of proof in general, okay, where I would say it's a completely different thing, okay, if I go again, okay, on these two topics, okay, the Bible is a completely different thing, okay, especially when it comes to the Hebrew Israelites, which are a specific people, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Then you have even more proof if you go into the details when it comes to not just the Bible, but also these people involved in the Bible. Then you have even more proof. Okay, so really highly interesting. But you want to argue, okay, why I basically do the same thing, making a God behind the words that are here. But it's a completely different thing. Okay, you can't compare that. Okay, because all proof you got is the tree. Okay, and the tree is obviously just nature and creation. Okay, the Bible has to be something different than just nature or creation, because it saw things before they happened and it still continues. Okay, like there's also a good thing about the bunnies. Okay, about bunnies. Okay, that they chew the cud, right? You have like that written in the Bible. The bunny is unclean, which means not to eat. Okay, and later they found out in science that really, okay, the bunny should be unclean because he chews the cud, right? How you call it? Okay, and then you have like the law is just a prime example how clever these laws were before the science came to back it up. Okay, so the science always backs up what the Bible says. Okay, if you want to ignore it, then it's not really, doesn't mean that the proof isn't there just because you ignore it. Okay, but that's an example. Look at the phytotoxic index. Okay, how clean, how toxic animals are, from percentage point. And you can clearly see that fishes with skins, with fins and scales, okay, where they are in their percentage. Okay, so we're talking about a completely different thing here. Okay, we're talking about a completely different thing here, historically, and again, okay, the spiritual, the spiritual point also that it has to it. Okay. Yeah, and the big flood, okay, that happened, right? The big flood. How is it that you have snails on big mountains, okay, where they don't even belong and where they never could have landed, possibly? It's because of the big flood that happened on this earth, okay? These are all just small insights in what I saw, okay, of certain scientists, okay? And they all underline the Bible and what it says and what it has, okay? I just call it like that, what it has, okay? So please don't tell me that somebody was gathering these snails just to put them in these mountains. Okay, they are not just on the mountains. Okay, they are inside it. Okay, on high distances. Okay, so how is that possible? Okay, and I made those, I uploaded those videos. Okay, you just have to type in on my channel if you want to see it. Kent Hovind, okay, Kent Hovind Yeah, some around these lines. Okay, you have to check it how his name is written. I believe Kent. Okay, space Hovint. Okay, or it was Kent with T in the first name. Okay, I believe. Yeah, but you will find it on my channel. Okay, I uploaded, I believe, all 3 series. Okay, really good videos. Okay, but of course not the only ones. Okay, it's just what I uploaded. Was it my last channel that was deleted? I don't know. Okay, I think it was my actual new channel already. Okay, the channel that I have right now, which is not deleted, obviously. Okay, I believe it is even on that channel. Okay, because it was also a little bit ago already, time ago. Yeah. Okay, so it is what it is. Okay, the proof is there, but ignoring it doesn't make it, doesn't change that. Verse 8, they are brought down and fallen. Yeah, and if you want, because I still have to repeat that, if you want to argue, oh, I don't watch these 3 videos about with the Kent Hovind dude, okay, because he was in prison, okay, but that has nothing to do with the information in these videos, okay, really. Okay, so again, that is another prime example of ignoring facts for any kind of reason, but not a reason that makes sense. Okay, the information that he gives in those videos is still the information that he gives in the videos. You bugged out people, man. Okay. It has nothing to do with what he says in these 3 videos. Okay, if it's proven to be true, okay, then what has that to do with the biography of that man? Huh? I don't get it. Okay. Chapter 21, verse 1, the king shall joy in thy strength, O Lord, and in thy salvation how greatly shall he rejoice. Thou hast given him his heart's desire, and hast not withholden the request of his lips, Selah. For thou preventest him with the blessings of goodness, and thou settest a crown of pure gold on his head. He asked life of thee, and thou gavest it him, even length of days forever and ever. His glory is great in thy salvation, honor and majesty hast thou laid upon him. For thou hast made him most blessed forever, thou hast made him exceeding glad with the countenance. For the king trusted in the Lord, and through the mercy of the Most High he shall not be moved. Thine hand shall find out all thine enemies, thy right hand shall find out those that hate thee. Thou shalt make them as a fiery oven in the time of thine anger. The Lord shall swallow them up in his wrath, and the fire shall devour them. Their food shall thou destroy from the earth, and their seed from among the children of men. For they intended evil against thee. They imagined evil against thee. They imagined a mischievous device. Which they are not able to perform. Therefore shalt thou make them turn their back, when thou shalt make ready thine arrows upon thy strings against the face of them. Be thou exalted, Lord, in thine own strength, so will we sing and praise thy power. Yeah. So if you put your trust and hope in Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, then eventually you can profit from the power that Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai has. Okay, like for example, a human mind has so lot things going on, that you can't understand even your own ways. You can't even understand your own heart. Okay, the heart is evil. Um, okay, the most evil thing is your mind. Okay, which is your heart. In the Hebrew, it just means la'ab. Okay, which is the ancient Hebrew. Okay. This is Psalms 22. My God, why hast thou forsaken me? Why art thou so far from helping me and from the words of my worrying? O my God, I cry in the daytime, but thou hearest not, and in the night season, and am not silent. But thou art holy, O thou that inhabitest the praise of Israel, the praises of Israel. Our fathers trusted in thee, they trusted, and thou didst deliver them. They cried unto thee and were delivered. They trusted in thee and were not confounded. Yeah, also they weren't keeping the law. Okay, our fathers, which are we, basically also, it's like basically reincarnation. Okay, so basically it was us also. So, basically you can see it as, we was those ancient Israelites who weren't keeping the law, okay, being cursed for basically this current eon, which is this world time until the kingdom comes. Okay, so we are cursed even until Yahweh comes back from the heavens, okay, cracking the clouds, so to speak. Okay. Yeah. So ultimately, we are not innocent. Okay. But like I heard it from a brother last time in a video, you might be the only one in your family line, okay, who has the truth or who trusts, hopes, and studies in the truth. You might be the only one, okay? So that is a thing not to underestimate, okay? Yeah, so basically, but it's not all bad, okay? Like it says here in verse 4, our fathers trusted in thee, they trusted, and thou didst deliver them. Yeah. And this is verse 6. Or verse 5. They cried unto thee and were delivered, they trusted in thee and were not confounded. But I am a worm and no man, a reproach of man and despised of the people. All they that see me laugh at me and to scorn, they shoot out the lip, they shake the head, saying, he trusted on the Lord that he would deliver him. Let him deliver him, seeing he delighted in him. But thou art he that took me out of the womb. Thou didst make me hope when I was upon my mother's breasts. I was cast upon thee from the womb. Thou art my God from my mother's belly. Be not far from me, for trouble is near, for there is none to help. Many bulls have compassed me, strong bulls of Bashan have beset me round. They gaped upon me with their mouths as a ravening and roaring lion. I am poured out like water, and all my bones are out of joint. My heart is like wax, it is melted in the midst of my bowels. My strength is dried up like a potsherd, and my tongue cleaved to my jaws. And thou hast brought me into the dust of death. For dogs have compassed me, the assembly of the wicked hath enclosed me. They pierced my hands and my feet. I might tell all my bones, they look and stare upon me. They part my garments among them and cast lots upon my vesture. But Be not thou far from me, O Lord, O my strength. Haste thee to help me. Deliver my soul from the sword, my darling from the power of the dog. Save me from the lion's mouth, for thou hast healed me from the horns of the unicorns. Yeah, prime example for being even in a lion's den is of course Daniel. Okay, Daniel was in the Persian Empire. In the Persian Empire, I believe, and he was in the lion's den. Okay, and yeah, in the end, okay, his fate delivered him. Okay, so in the end, we have those examples, so we can see, okay, that fate brings deliverance, fate brings safety. Okay, fate brings safety. Yeah, verse 22. I will declare thy name unto my brethren. In the midst of the congregation I will praise thee. Ye that fear the Lord, praise him, all ye that see, all ye the seed of Jacob, glorify him. And fear him, all ye the seed of Israel, for he had not despised nor abhorred the affliction of the afflicted, neither had he hid his face from him, but when he cried unto him he heard. My praise shall be of thee in the great congregation. I will pay my vows before them that fear him. The meek shall eat and be satisfied. They shall praise the Lord that seek him. Your heart shall live forever. All the ends of the world shall remember and turn unto the Lord, and all the kindreds of the nations shall worship before thee. For the kingdom is the Lord's, and he is the governor among the nations. All they that be fed upon the earth shall eat and worship, and they that go down to the dust shall bow before him, and none can keep alive his own soul. A seed shall serve him. A seed shall serve him, it shall be accounted to the Lord for a generation. They shall come and shall declare his righteousness unto a people that shall be born, that he had done this. This is verse 1, chapter 23. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restored my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me, thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil, my cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Yeah. So basically, like for example, okay, we are in the military, and Yahweh Hashem Shai is our commander, okay, which the commandments are here in the Bible, okay, but it goes a little bit deeper. And yeah, today I was actually dreaming about being somewhere in the military structure, okay, of of the system. I don't know if it was Germany, okay, but yeah, you just I don't even know what language the dude spoke, okay, because I was with the dude walking around, okay. Ah, yeah, it was I don't know if it was German or English. I don't remember, but we was. And I don't even remember the full treatment. I was sleeping too long. I hated to sleep longer uh, than I need. Okay, but you know, even there, sometimes I can't change it. You know, it's like in the week I stand up at like 5 a.m. or so. Okay, and I go to bed. I try it, you know, early enough, and then it happens if I have free time or if I have weekend or something. Okay, you know, when I don't go to work, when I have a free day, okay, holiday. What happens is my body says, "Oh, I want to sleep this time a little bit longer." Okay, because I did it not the whole week, so you know. Yeah, but yeah, and I was in that dream, right? I was with that you know, you had that camouflage suit on, okay, that camouflage suit, and you know, I believe it's green and brown, a mix of green and brown, you know, just like the trees here, you know. So it was, you know, there are different kind of camouflage, but he had that land force, okay, land force camouflage. And we was I don't know where, but we was on a base or something, I don't know. And then at some point of that dream, I asked him if he knows something about the marine, okay, the you know, the water force, if you will, okay, I believe it's called marine. And he said that, yeah, such and such, but I really don't remember what he was talking about, okay. But I was interested in the marine, you know. As far as I know, the Chinese are the superpower of the waters at the moment, okay. Maybe that's why I asked him what he knows about them. So it's really a high, yeah, a different time. Okay, 10 years back, it was not so often that you had all these rumors of wars and wars. You have wars at the moment going on. Okay, you have wars at the moment going on. This generation, this last generation, the young people, you know, they tend to ignore, you know, that, you know, maybe there's a God and all these wars lead to one big war. But okay, you know, okay. Is it that I require now from you that you go to the Bundeswehr? No. Okay, but you know, this truth gives you all information that you need to be a soldier in this war. Okay, but not a soldier that goes around with a gun. Okay, but a soldier that goes around with angels. Okay, with fighting angels. Okay, you know. So yeah. So basically we will continue reading. Okay, I tried to talk about the dream, but I don't remember any details. Okay, like I'm not in the military. Okay, but in this dream it felt like I was in the military, and that dude was really a friend. Okay, it appeared to me as he was like like a best friend or something. Okay, we talked like best friends. Okay, like sitting around and yeah. And he had a beard. I remember that he had a beard here. You know, not a Hitler beard, but a longer beard. You know, a little bit. You know, and he was like younger maybe, like in his 20s or 30s. Yeah, and you know, it was just interesting to see a little bit of that basement. Okay, whatever it was not the Pentagon. Okay, I believe it was. It was something different. Yeah, and then I wanted to see the marine. I believe. Yeah, that's what I wanted to see. Right. So it has more to it. Why I asked about the marine. Yeah. Okay, so not because I watch enemies. Okay, forget that. I don't even watch enemies so much than different people. Okay, that I speak with. Okay, the times where I watched anime are over because it hurts my eyes to. First of all, I hate those new animation style that they have. Okay, it's like it looks like shit compared to animes back then. Okay, it really looks like shit, and you see, salachya for my French, and you see, okay, that they really, maybe it is effort that they put in, okay, but it seems for the viewer it looks like no effort at all, man. Okay, no, uh, you know, basically no like they just like they did it like that, right? So you know, just looks stupid, man, stupid, and that is basically with all enemies. Doesn't matter what, okay, and that makes me so nervous. Okay, that is one thing, and also when I watch enemies, then I see that the drawing style that they have recently. Okay, it hurts. My eyes, you know, if I watch anime too long, my eyes say, "Oh, that's not real," you know, and it's basically not for everyone. I believe, you know, the certain people have different health standard with their eyes, you know, and some people I can just talk for myself. If I watch that, okay, I can just watch 2 episodes. I tried it last time to double check it. I just watched 2 episodes, really good anime, okay, like completely my style, you know, like the cover is interesting, the story. I just read stories before I watch movies sometimes of that. Not a spoiler, but I just read a little bit about it if it's really worth to watch it. And yeah, 2 episodes, and guess what happened? Okay, my brain was so fucked up because I just felt it in my eyes that it was like not hurting, but my eyes felt a little bit like I don't know. I can't explain. It's the colors maybe. I believe it's the colors. Okay, and the screen. You know. I don't know. But it's not good for my eyes. Okay, the colors with the drawing style. I don't know. Was not always like that. Okay. Back then, if you would have asked me, I watched that anime. I watched that anime. But now, I have a hard time watching animes actually. Okay. Which I don't do I don't know, 2 years already. Okay, well, yeah, something. Yeah, so let's continue in chapter 25, verse 1. Unto thee, O Lord, do I lift up my soul, O my God, I trust in thee. Let me not be ashamed, let not mine enemies triumph over me. Yea, let none that wait on thee be ashamed, let them be ashamed which transgress without cause. Shew me thy ways, O Lord, teach me thy paths. Lead me in thy truth, and teach me, for thou art the God of my salvation. On thee do I wait all the day. Remember, O Lord, thy tender mercies and thy loving kindness, for they have been ever of old. Remember not the sins of my of my youth, nor my transgressions according to thy mercy. Remember thou me for thy goodness' sake, O Lord. Good and upright is the Lord, therefore will he teach sinners the way in the way. The meek will he guide in judgment, and the meek will he teach his way. All the paths of the Lord are mercy and truth unto such as keep his covenant and his testimonies. For thy name's sake, O Lord, pardon mine iniquity, for it is great. Yeah, what I also wanted to say is that, just because you live here in Germany and you don't see the war that is going on in front of your door, okay, there's really a lot going on at the moment. Just look at right now, okay, what happened just these recent days, okay, with Iran. Okay, so it's really a wartime, okay, and we know that the MOTB, okay, will be made law, okay. You cannot sell or buy without that, okay. And when that comes, then the escalation will be really manifested in a different way, even okay, where it will completely escalate, where it will completely escalate, okay, from there on, okay, not directly that day or whatever, okay, but from that point on it will escalate. Yeah, this is verse 1 in the book of Psalms 25. Unto thee, O Lord, do I lift up my soul, O my God, I trust in thee. Let me not be ashamed, let not mine enemies triumph over me. Yeah, verse 12, what a man is he that feareth the Lord, him shall he teach in the way that he shall choose. His soul shall dwell at ease, and his seed shall inherit the earth. The secret of the Lord is with them that fear him. Yeah, it also says mysteries in general are shown unto the meek. He will shew them his covenant. Mine eyes are ever toward the Lord, for he shall pluck my feet out of the net. Turn thee unto me, and have mercy upon me, for I am desolate and afflicted. The troubles of my heart are enlarged. O bring thou me out of my distresses. Look upon mine affliction and my pain, and forgive all my sins. Consider mine enemies, for they are many, and they hate me with cruel hatred. O keep my soul and deliver me, let me not be ashamed, for I put my trust in thee. Let integrity, salachya, and uprightness preserve me, for I wait on thee. Redeem Israel, O God. Yeah, that is an important message, okay. Redeeming Israel, okay, it's not about specifically you, okay, it's specifically about the whole nation, okay, of course. So we don't want to forget that. We don't want to forget that in the end all Israel will be saved, okay,